an OverMark Entertainment exclusive.
We got to just take a moment here because the world of music and the wrestling world, too, lost a giant today. Ozzy Osbourne, the Prince of Darkness himself, the godfather of heavy metal, has passed away today at the age of 76.
You want to talk about legends? This man defined heavy music. From biting bats to breaking barriers, the guy was chaos in leather pants and somehow lived to tell a tale about it until now.
He passed away surrounded by his family just 17 days after taking the stage one last time at Villa Park with his Black Sabbath brothers. One final ride where it all began, Birmingham, England. That's poetic. That's metal.
Yeah, it is. And don't forget, Ozzy wasn't just a rock star. He was WrestleMania certified. He accompanied the British Bulldogs to the ring in '86 at WrestleMania 2 and helped them win tag gold. You think Snoop Dogg throwing punches at WrestleMania was cool? Ozzy was the blueprint.
Yeah, he even hosted Raw with Sharon back in 2009. It was pure chaos. Naturally, WWE recognized that impact too. They inducted him into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2021. And since 2022, Black Sabbath's War Pigs has been the Survivor Series anthem. Ozzy's fingerprints are all over music and wrestling.
Parkinson's might have taken his walk, but it never took his fight. The man said it best. Most people don't do half the shit I've done. The rest in power, Ozzy. You were the best kind of madman.
Everyone at Overmark sends their love to his family and friends. Every headbanger who ever cranked up Paranoid, Iron Man, or No More Tears and felt invincible. We'll miss you, Ozzy. You know, this really sucks. This is one of those things that I found out a few hours before the show, and it just Ozzy has been, I'm sure I'm not the only one, but it has been involved in my life, my entire life. You know, there are so many memories and Oz fests and concerts. My first concert that I ever went to was in 1986. My dad took me to see Metallica on the Master of Puppets tour, open for Ozzy. I mean, is a lot of Ozzy memories. Yeah.
I went to Ozfest 99, 2000, and then I think like 2008 or something like that. It was
Yeah.
kind of more
So you
budget in
literally got to see the
2008.
Black Sabbath. The I think '99 was the Black Sabbath year, wasn't it?
I don't know. I can't remember. I was pretty young. Um,
I can't. I think it was '98 or '99 when they Black Sabbath got back together with Ozzy for the first time since the '80s, and so that was a big deal. I was at that one.
like, so I actually didn't even get to see him either of the years that I went because both the years that I went, my uncle got super fucked up and we had to leave early because the cops got involved and it was a mess. Literally both the years that we went, it was pretty nuts. Yeah, we saw a whole bunch of other bands though, but yeah, I mean that stuff went on till like 1 a.m. before he even got on. So you'd have to be there like all fucking day and night, and he played for like a couple hours I think on some of them. Charlotte,
It
like
was a lot different.
they would always be at that PNC Music Pavilion, and that motherfucker holds like 20,000 people, and they got that lawn out there, man, and they kind of pack more people in there sometimes. It gets pretty wild, but yeah, Ozzy's the man. I've always liked some of his songs growing up, and I appreciate a lot more of them now that I'm older. I'm just saying, I listened to him as a kid, like real young. Me and my buddy would have the two-way splitter on the CD player, um, the Walkman CD player, and we'd have the split,
Yeah.
and we'd both have our headphones that we listened to on the bus. That's how I learned a lot about stuff because this guy introduced me to a lot of music. It was like how I first listened to Slipknot and a whole bunch of other bands. But no, Ozzy's the man. Has a whole lot of classics out there. But what mostly got him for me was the Osbournes, watching his reality show, which is just an all-time classic. He was the first reality TV star, him and his family, and they were overnight stars after that first episode, and they were kind of like enshrined in like celebrity like folklore. Just everybody knows who they are, and the whole family's pretty much set for life. And beyond that, it just kind of stinks because Ozzy's the man. He's not just a musician. He's just a figure for a lot of people in what he does, and he's just a funny as hell guy. He's really relatable. He just stayed fucked up all the time, which who doesn't want to do that? It's the shit that he says is just funny as hell. He's, like I said, he's a super relatable guy. I can tie this into video games a little bit too, but the 99 year that we went to Ozfest, I've told you this story. It was sponsored by Dreamcast, and they actually had Dreamcast out there. So
Remember that?
they had the Dreamcast out there, and you got to demo them, play them, get free merch and all that. And it was pretty cool. It was my first time seeing the Dreamcast at the Ozfest, so I'll never forget that. So it has like a tie to my first Dreamcast, or memory to one of my favorite consoles. But beyond that, Ozzy's the man. Sharon's awesome. Jack and Kelly are pretty badass. I'll be fans of the family till the day I die, and hopefully they were all with him when he passed. And I think it's really cool that he got to do his concert and go out his way. It's kind of like he got to go to his funeral and sing and be a part of it before it all actually happened, and almost none of us will be able to have that experience. And just who knows how this all went down, but it's like, I'm just happy that, like, you're the one who got it and you streamed it with us. Cora wanted me to tell you thanks for that earlier, because like that meant a lot to her being able to watch it. And he's touched my wife's life, and my stepdaughter watched that concert, and so even though she really has no idea who Ozzy is, she at least got to see him in concert once. So another generation saw that, and it's a real bummer, but I know he was fucking miserable. So I'm glad that he's not in pain anymore. I think he was kind of ready to go. He was just in that much pain. You could tell he was uncomfortable on that chair up there. He was wriggling around a lot, and
wanting to stand up and run around and do the shit like he always had. It was hard to watch some of the times. You can tell he's wanting to push himself up and everything.
But I don't know. I don't want to keep droning on. Ozzy's the man. We're going to miss you. And take us on out of this one, Dave.
Well, we'll wrap that on up. That has been
an OverMark Entertainment exclusive.